This is the video for Chapter 8, Approximate Values and Numerical Estimation. And then, significance figures is the most important concept in this section. First of all, let's see what means by significant figures. In this scenario, Henry wants to buy a tablet computer which is costs $2,145. And now here, Henry said this tablet computer costs about. First of all, it is an approximate value for 2,000 because actually it is 2,145. And now let's see for 2,145, what are the place values and the value represented by the digit. 2, here the place value stands for 1,000. And 1 stands for 100. 4 stands for 10. 5 stands for the place value of 1. And so the value represented by the digits 2 here is 2 times 1,000, which is 2,000, etc. That's why 2,145 is the sum of these values. 2,000 and then plus 100 and then plus 40 and then plus 5. Which digit is the most significant, most important? Let's see. For example, here, of course, here it is about 2,000 something. And so the most important digit here is 2, which is the largest place value. Why? Because 2,000 here is already the closest approximate value to the exact value, 2,145. Of course, we cannot use 1 because 1 here stands for 100, just 100. It cannot represent the cost of the computer. And the activity we just mentioned, 2 is the greatest place value. And we will use it as the most significant figure. That's why for the 2, it is the most significant figure. We call it is the first significant figure. And the second figure next to it, we call it is the second significant figure, even if it is 0. Third significant figure is 4, and the fourth significant figure is 5 here. How about a number 0.06308? First of all, 6 is the greatest place value. 佢嘅位值係最大嘅。And now here we call 6 is the first significant figure or the most significant. 3 next to it is the second significant figure. And the numbers actually behind can be the third and the fourth. And even if there is one more number, it will be the fifth, significant figure. And so for the number 3.07, the greatest place value is 3, and the remaining figures are counted as the significance figure, so there are 3. While the second number 0.1002, the greatest place value is 1, and the remaining 002 are the second, third, and fourth significance figures. So actually, there are 4 significance figures for 0.102. The first 0 is not counted because we will start at the greatest place value. Let's see an example. 1,234.89. We will try to run this number in 3 different methods. The first one is the round off. The second one, round up and round down. Let's see the differences between them. First, round off. The part A here, 2 significance figure. That means we will try to look at the second significance figure, which is 2, and then to see the next figure. Do we need to add 1 to it? How do we know if we need or need not to add? It is to see if the next value is greater than 4 or not. 係唔係大過4呢？ 4寫5入。如果係5或以上就要加1啦，喺呢個位置。Now the next figure is 3, so at the end we do not need to add 1 to 2. However, it is a number about 1,000 something, so the next 2 figure we will replace by 0. But the number after the decimal point here, we do not need to have 0.00. Why? We want the answer to two significance figure, but if we do so like this, 1200.00, it is 6 significance figure because the significance figure after the decimal point will be counted as well. So here, don't need to give the decimal places to the round off to this number. And then part B, if we are going to round off to 3 significance figure, again to see if we need to add 1. It is 4 for the next figure. We do not need to add 1. So 1, 2, 3, and then the rest will be replaced by 0. Part C, round off to 4th significance figure. Now this time we have a figure greater than 4, and so here we will add 1 to it first. Do we need to replace the value after the decimal point? It is not. Okay, and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 4 significance figures already. But for part D, if we need to round off this number to 5th significance figure, this time it is 8. Let's see, the next figure is 9. We need to add 1 to 8. Students, please be reminded that this time we do not need to replace 0, otherwise we will have 6 significance figure in this number. Okay, so we will stop here for round off. Now let's see what means by round up. Round up, the idea is we want to make the number larger than itself. This time we will try to see for rounding up or round up, the 2 significance figure, no change, it is still 2 here. And we will make it larger than before because we are going to add 1 to 2. Let's see. Here, we will add 1 to 2 becomes 3. And then the other figure, we will replace by 0. This is round up. Okay, add 1 to the significance figure we want. And part B, the 3rd significance figure, no change, it is still 3. Add 1 to it. It is 1204. Okay, but it is 1000 something, so we need to replace 0 here. And then part C, the 4th significance figure, again no change, but we need to add 1 to it. So it is 1, 2, 3, 5. If we need to round up to 5 significance figure, then add 1 to it. It will be 1,234.9. For round down, we will make the number usually smaller than before. We will try to keep the target significance figure. For example, again, part A, 2 is our target. We round down, that means make it the same. So it will be 2, and the next 2 significance figures, 0, 0. So it makes it to 1200. Round down, we keep the same digit at the target significance figure. So part B, our target is 3, keep it the same. So it is 1230. Part C, our target is 4. So keep it the same. It is 1234. And then the 5th significance figure in part D, the target is 8. Keep it the same. So 1234.8. You can see after round down, usually it is smaller than before. 1200 something become just 1200. Sometimes the accuracy is not the same. We'll sometimes ask you to round off, round up, or round down to the nearest 110, 1000, 1, or 0.1, etc. Let's see. I underlined the our target here for each of the E, F, G, H. Nearest 100, our target here is 2. It is the place value is 100. And now round off, that means we need to see the next figure. If it is greater than 4, so again it is 1200. And for part F here, If we look at the place value, okay, which is 3 here, so we will not add 1 to it. Similarly, you can see the part G here, nearest one here, means the target here is 4. The next one is greater than 4, which is 8. So we need to add 1. And part H, 1, 2, 3, 4 point. The next digit is 9, so here 8 becomes 9. You see, it is the same as describing the figure using the two significance figure and the nearest 100, because the same number and the target place value is the same. Same for round up and round down. How about if we need to round off, round up, round down to 1 decimal place? And for this number, the first decimal place is 8. Round off, that means we need to add 1 to it. Round up, always need to add 1, so we do not need to see the next figure. And for round down, we keep the first decimal place. Exercise XA question 19. Let's see. 好啦 ，Part A 啦，咁啊最簡單，大家第一啦就記住呢啲嘅 vocab 先。咁而家 round off 四捨五入啦。咁我哋咧首先跟翻佢所列明嘅 accuracy 啦。譬如呢度佢要 two decimal place 嘅，咁即係邊度啊？6呢一個就係個 second decimal place 啦。咁所以如果要將四捨五入，即係睇後邊啦。咁啊，呢一度需唔需要進位啊？係唔需要啦。咁所以最後答案呢，其實我哋就係0.06。咁你見到個答案呢，其實都係得翻2個小數位嘅啫。理解咗之後呢，我哋睇埋 Part B。Part B 呢，今次呢唔係四捨五入，係 round up。round up。而且個 accuracy 咧，今次咧係去到個第3個嘅小數位。咁第3個小數位同 Part A 即係唔同啦，咁就唔係6啦，係啊，再後一個係0嚟嘅。嗱，記住 round up 咧就係唔理佢係乜，總之你個 accuracy 你要嗰個數值個位置，我譬如第3個就4，咁我將佢加1，咁咧佢就會變0.061啦。咁呢一個 round up。佢嘅特別之處，咁我哋睇埋 Part C。Part C 就到 round down 啦。咁啊，今次咧就攞第2個有效數字。咁呢一度咧可能咧就難少少啦。不過第2個有效數字咧就係都係0嚟嘅，因為6就係第一個有效數字啦。咁樣好啦。咁既然係咁 ，round down 記住同 round up 就唔同啦。round up 就係點都要加1，round down 咧就 keep 住去保持不變。咁所以咧今次呢個答案咧，大家可能會覺得特別少少，係叫0.06後邊多個0。點解啊？因為呢一度其實我最後答案我轉換咗之後咧，都係要有翻2個有效數字。記住啦，小數位後邊非0嘅數字開始數啦。咁呢一個就係最大嘅位值啦，0.06第2個小數位啦。咁但係下一個咧先至係第2個有效數字啊。咁所以第 Part C 咧個答案0.060。咁你睇埋 Part D 啦。咁啊，最後我哋咧都係再做多次四捨五入啦。今次咧就係3個有效數字，四捨五入第3個有效數字今次係4嚟嘅。咁發覺下一個數字係8啦，咁啊要加1啦。咁所以最後係0.0605啊。OK， 咁大家睇一睇，試下做埋其他相類近嘅 example 啦。Exercise 8A。Question 22. Let's see. We need to write down the number of significance figures for each of the given approximate values. Now, Part A 266. First of all, the first most significance figure we start from is 2. Okay, and so the next two figures are also counted as significance figure. So there are 3 significance figures for 266. Part B, the most significant is 8, and the remaining are also the significance figure. So we have 1, okay, 2, 3, 4, 5 significance figures. For Part C, the most significant figure is 1. Okay, after the decimal point, we still count the 0. there are 3 significant figures. And for part D, make sure you know what means by the greatest place value. The greatest place value for this number 0.98 something. The most significant, of course, is the first number up here, 9. Okay, the rest are counted as significant figures. So totally, there are 4 significant figures for this number. Part E, 0.001 something. 1 is the most significant figure. We start from this and then count the rest. And so we have 5 and 2. Totally, we have 3 significant figures. For part F, it is 0.02 something. 2 is the most significant. And the rest here, we will count as the significance figure as well. So there are 4 significance figures for part F. 簡單啲嚟講，由數值開始，前面嘅0我哋唔當係有效數字，後邊0又好，唔係0都好，都係 significance figure 嚟嘅。Exercise 6A question 23. Take a look. Part A 264 264，究竟佢有幾多個有效數字呢？咁樣咁其實呢度就冇得特別靠估啦。譬如有0呢，我哋先至有機會係會唔會佢之前係用一啲 round up 啊 round down， 即係其他補啲0上去呢？咁2、6、4、3個都係唔係0嘅數字，咁佢哋全部都係 significance figure 啦。咁 Part A 只有一個可能性啦，就係有3個有效數字咯。Part B 呢係最特別嘅1800。1800呢個數字可以點嚟呢？咁首先啦，佢係真正係一個 exact value 啦，佢真係1800。咁1800呢一度有2個嘅有效數字喎。又或者呢，譬如1810咁樣又得唔得啊？譬如我哋1800可以點攞出嚟啊？譬如可能呢個數字4捨5入咯，4捨5入喺個百位嗰度，咁1又進唔到位，咁1810將佢4捨5入喺個百位呢，就係1800啦。咁即係呢一個1810其實有幾多個有效數字啊？咁就係1813個有效數字啦。或者會唔會有其他情況呢？譬如1800最合理諗嘅，不如有冇啲細啲嘅一個去啊？1800，不如1799添啦。1799呢，4捨5入喺個百位嗰度要進1啦。要進1變1800啦，咁呢一個1799其實有幾多個有效數字啊？佢有4個有效數字喎。咁咧列咗呢3個情況，大家見到咧其實有唔同嘅可能性。因為呢題咧其實問其實有幾多個有效數字啊？有可能數目嘅有效數字。咁所以呢度呢3個情況咧各有不同啦。佢所代表嘅有效數字數目都唔同啊。咁咧最後我哋結果咧就係佢有機會係2個有效數字啦。或者3個有效數字啦，或者4個有效數字。咁當然啦，1799、1788、1788啊、1798啊呢一啲全部4捨5入都係1800嘅，不過全部都係4個有效數字咯喎。OK， 咁所以呢一度呢 Part B 特別少少。咁呢 C 呢都有少少特別嘅，大家就要留意翻啦。呢個數字呢，其實已經係攞咗一個數值出嚟㗎啦。咁啊，已經好肯定咧，佢其實呢係透過4捨5入啦，去個10位嗰度呢就得出嚟嘅。咁所以呢個數字呢，咁我哋如果要數佢嘅有效數字呢，第一個3係第一個有效數字啦，0呢就係第2個有效數字，冇其他㗎啦。OK， 咁所以呢 Part C 呢一度係有2個有效數字，因為佢已經固定咗，已經知道佢點樣嚟嘅。OK， 咁所以呢一個300呢個數值呢，就係3第一個3啦，同埋第二個0就係佢哋最有效嘅數字啦。好 Part D 唔使估下啦，呢一個呢都係透過呢去即係 run off 啊之類啦，咁去到個整數部分。好啦，咁啊好似 Part C 咁樣啦，第5呢一個呢係第一個有效數字啦，跟住0都係有效數字啦，第2個0都係。咁去到邊度停呢？就係佢俾嘅 accuracy 啦。咁呢度去到整數部分啦，即係其實呢4個都係有效數字嚟嘅。咁大家睇下 B 同埋 C、D 嘅分別咯喎。Exercise 8A question 25，呢度有250張紙啦，咁啊佢係1.9765 cm 喎。 咁厚啦。咁而家咧就話啦，如果一張紙啊要用 嚟表達嘅時候啦，咁究竟係幾厚呢？一張紙咁樣係啦。咁然之後咧，大家就要留意啦，去 round off your result，即係最後答案喎，去2個有效數字。咁我哋睇一睇。咁首先咧，揾一張紙嘅厚度，咁佢嘅250係1.9幾 cm，咁即係用除數啦。好啦，但係我哋最後答案咧，佢要變 millimeter 喎。咁即係我哋首先咧要將 cm 轉做 millimeter 先啦。咁各位同學留意啦，1cm 係10mm啊。咁呢一度1cm。咁我哋好似感覺想 replace 落去咁樣，咁呢度就乘10啦。咁最後呢個分子呢，就已經會變咗做 millimeter 咯喎。然之後撳計數機呢，會得出0.07906啊。咁但係呢，佢話個 result 係要攞2個有效數字嘅啫，咁樣。咁大家要留意咯喎，呢一度邊一個係我哋個 accuracy 個部分啦？係第一個有效數字7啦，定係第二個係9啊？咁樣。咁當然呢度我哋咧，既然佢係2個有效數字啦，咁我哋就睇第二個有效數字啦，9嘅後邊嗰個究竟需唔需要將佢加1呢？4捨5入呢？咁佢係0嚟嘅喎，咁所以最後呢，佢係不需要進位。各位同學留意咯，咁我哋最後寫翻個單位啦 ，millimeter 係0.079嘅。嗱，最重要嘅部分，大家呢係要真正要即係睇翻個 presentation 啦，係要寫翻你呢個數值呢，明明係0.07906噶嘛，咁你無端變咗做0.079係唔合理啊！咁呢度要有個解釋 ，OK， 話俾人聽，其實你係做咗啲手腳嘅，做咗啲功夫啦，係 correct to two significance fact， 記住一定要寫。OK， 同埋呢度係最後答案先要做呢個部分，其餘嘅計數機你見到乜你就寫啲乜落嚟啦，0.0790654咁樣，即係如果有後邊仲有啲位值，咁你寫晒出嚟就可以啦。Exercise 8A question 28 Part A. Find the average weight of these 6 students. Average weight 即係平均佢哋體重幾多啦？好，6個學生佢哋體重各自已經俾咗我哋咯喎，咁佢想問平均幾多？咁我哋先會將佢加埋去啦。平均記住係加埋咁多個數，再除翻有幾多個數喺度啦。咁所以記住呢一度呢係將所有嘅數字加埋啦，除6啦。咁我哋撳一撳計數機，咁啊剛剛好撳呢就係45.33 kg 啦，但係題目又再叫我哋呢將個 result 即係最後答案呢一度啦，要將佢攞2個有效數字。咁你睇一睇咯，呢度頭2個有效數字4、5啦，咁然之後睇一睇究竟使唔使進1 ？OK， 咁呢一度3又係唔使進1啦，所以最後答案45 kg 啦。咁啊最後記住要寫翻點解你無端45.33喎？咁點解要用45 kg 啊？咁樣咁呢度要補翻個解釋。Part B 呢，佢就話嗱，而家1 kg 呢，你就當做2.2磅啦。咁究竟呢，而家 Part A 我哋得出個結果啦。咁啊，但係我哋呢，就想將佢呢嘅平均嘅體重啦，由磅數嚟表達喎。咁究竟攞咗2個有效數字之後係幾多呢？咁各位同學呢度要留意。即係我哋呢一度呢，會將佢乘翻2.2啦，咁我哋就會得出99.726磅啦。咁但係記住，最後答案呢，就要攞2個有效數字。咁呢一度大家睇一睇咯。咁啊，第3個有效數字係7嚟嘅，咁就需要進1啦。咁啊，進1之餘9又要進1啦，再向前褪，咁啊不斷要進1喎。咁大家睇清楚，前面呢個數字係99。佢其實係要進1，係咪啊？99呢個數字進1，其實即係100啦。所以最後答案係100磅。大家記住計數 Part B 要攞 exact value。如果你計45 kg 呢，咁你呢一題呢就會計錯㗎啦。